No, first new song, Feels Like a Funeral. All right. Acoustic? Oh God, okay. Okay.
Miracle, a heaven sent, that's what they called her, baby girl. But what's in mama's head, it ain't so wonderful, hiding behind her smile. She doesn't know how to love her child, trying to care for and console.
Ooh, that was subtle, abrupt.
Her heart into a hole. Sun still shining, people smiling, but it feels like a funeral. But it feels like a funeral. There's no reason for this grieving, but it feels like a funeral. But it feels like a funeral.
Okay.
But it feels like a funeral.
Switchy vocals.
Her child cries, but she feels so indifferent. Her friends all try to fix her, but they're ignorant, talking too much to hear the reason she's dying to disappear and escape the living hell of being strong for someone else.
Strong for somebody else. That's a reference.
Shining, people smiling, but it feels like a funeral. But it feels like a funeral.
It's about postpartum depression. Okay.
There's no reason for this grieving, but it feels like a funeral. But it feels like a funeral. Her family needs.
I'm sorry to pause, but is that what postpartum depression is? Where a woman can't love their kid once they're born? Is that always the case? I didn't know postpartum depression. I didn't know it was like specifically about not being able to love the kid once they were born. I thought it was more along the lines of like being depressed because they got like so used to pregnancy and they liked being in the womb and like so close to them or whatever. Like I'm not trying to like I don't know. I'm not trying to be insensitive to anyone who's went through that. I had always thought that was more so the case, not that they couldn't love the kid once they were born. Or maybe I'm just stupid. I mean, that's a given, but.
Her family needs what she can be, and that guilt would kill. If she could feel, she could feel. Her family needs what she can be, and that guilt would kill. If she could feel. Sun still shining.
Ooh, that's cool.
Smiling, but it feels like a funeral.
Okay, thanks, Derek.
Like a funeral. No emotion. Am I broken? 'Cause it feels like a funeral.
Right, okay.
'Cause it feels like
a little puzzle pauses are cool. Ooh, that's a nice tone.
And that guilt would kill if she could feel.
Very beautiful, man. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a little pause here and talk about this song because it's a new one. Yeah, so I think on the surface, like sonically, I'm not a super big fan of this. Like, I don't see myself listening to this song again, you know, not in a negative way, but obviously this song is meant for a very like specific audience, you know, and I have a negative view on that and also a positive view. Like, obviously this song is being very specific about something, postpartum depression. That's something I cannot relate to. I can sympathize with people who have, you know, went through that, but like I cannot relate to that, obviously. So like lyrically, I can't get too attached to it because I can't really relate to it, even though the lyrics are very beautiful and I love that. The song is beautiful, love the acoustics, very good production. Jake performed very well. I think it's cool that they kept it all acoustic and electronic. We never got, you know, like actual drums and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, but one thing I do love about this being specifically about postpartum depression is that imagine being somebody who has went through that or is going through that, and then you randomly come across this song and it just speaks directly to you, you know? Because it's like, that's a very specific thing, you know, postpartum depression, that's very specific. You know, there's so many rock songs and so many songs in general about just depression and anxiety and stuff like that, because a lot of people go through that shit. So there's a lot of that music for people who need that type of music. But this is specifically talking about this topic. So imagine being someone who's went through that or is going through that, and you stumble on this song. Like that would feel so like, I don't know. I would feel so comforted. That's kind of like Good Old Days, which we'll listen to here in a little bit. Like that song hit me so hard because it was so specifically something that I deal with, you know? So it hit so much harder. So imagine being someone who is going through this or has went through it, like hearing this, like that would be so beautiful. So I think that's awesome that Jake writes songs that are so specific about something. I wonder if this was like a client of his, because you guys know Jake is a licensed therapist. So I wonder if this was like about a specific client he had who like told her story, or if this is just like about just this topic in general. But very beautiful song, man. I don't know. Like it's just not like my thing as a song, but it's like it's super empowering.